What is up, guys? So in today's video we're going to be painting the hard body. Now hopefully this weekend I can paint this thing, so you can see it's pretty much good to go. Now there's just a little bit more details that I need to get and all that. My dad is helping me, so that's saving me a lot of time. The plan for right now is to sand down the whole entire truck with some 400 grit, get it ready for the paint. I've already done the hood. It looks really white because I haven't washed it off, but you can see it's just, there's dust on there. Just got done doing that fender. The whole truck has already been sanded down. It's just been with like 320, I believe, or 220, something like that. So now I'm just gonna hit the whole truck with 400 to get it ready for paint. I know it's already really dark and it's hard to see, but the whole truck is now ready to go. Now, like I said, I'm gonna wait for tomorrow, wake up early in the morning and set up a little canopy in order to put the truck in, just to kind of minimize the dust and debris that's going to get on the paint job, because like I said, I'm doing this outdoors, so I know I'm going to get some on there, so hopefully the canopy will minimize it a little bit. The setup I got is a Harbor Freight $16 spray gun, the cheapest one they have, and I'm going to be running this regulator that I have. So in order to run this, since it's 2 male ends, I'm going to be using this. I don't know the exact term for it, but it's pretty much 2 males go on each side, so that'll allow me to adapt that to there. And I'm also going to be running this air purifier, strainer, whatever you want to call it, moisture filter, whatever, which is going to go screw into the bottom of that. And then in order to make this a quick release setup, I have this that's going to go into that, and then this will be able to go onto the line of my compressor. Also, I'm going to be using this 21-gallon Harbor Freight air compressor that I got for about 50 bucks. So hopefully this works. I got the compressor and the regulator and everything all good to go. I have it set about 35 psi. I'm going to play with it until I find a decent pattern, but like I said, I'm not really good at this, so I'm not very experienced as to what I need and what I don't need. So I'm just going to do kind of a little test on the back where all of this is going to be covered. So I got it somewhat where I want it, and I've done a bit of research, but yeah, I'm going to play with it as I go. But I'm just going to wipe down the whole entire truck with acetone, and then we should be good to spray. Very pumped on this, and I'm also pretty scared to mess this up. Worst comes to worst, I get runs over everything and the whole thing is ruined, and I'm only out about 150 bucks, so it's not that big of a deal, but it is kind of scary to paint your first vehicle. So yeah, me and my dad are going to throw on our mask, start to mix up the paint, and start to spray. I'm going to try to have a little friendly competition with my dad. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that he is going to beat me, but I'm going to probably try to do one side, have him try to do the other side, and see whose side comes out better. Not that this is an actual competition or anything, but it's more of just for fun and to kind of learn from the experience. That's what this whole thing is about. Both me and my dad have never painted anything with a spray gun. The only thing we've ever spray painted was with aerosol spray paint cans. So this is a completely new learning experience for me and my dad. But like I said, it's all about the learning experience and having fun. So time to stop talking, get our masks on, our PPE, and start to paint this thing. I'm going to be running a 4:1 ratio, which would be, where was it? Right here. So it would be I'd go all the way up to the, I guess you can say 3. I'm going to go to the 2 since I don't have that much of a volume in my paint gun. But I'm going to go all the way to 2 and then match it up with the other 2. And that's going to give me the 4:1 ratio. So it's going to be 4 parts of paint and 1 part of activator. first coat. It's been drying for about roughly, I want to say maybe 10 to 15 minutes. On this side, I didn't do it as heavy because obviously I was just trying it for the very first time. So the bed, I wasn't going to paint any of this since I have the widened bed sides or the over fenders, but I just decided to use this as practice. Yeah, right here you can see I didn't really do it heavy at all. I did a very light coat, and then I started to get heavier and heavier and heavier, and my dad kind of did this side and all that. So yeah, this side looks a lot better. Now there's some blotchy parts down here, but like I said, this is just the first coat. So I'm going to be mixing up some more paint right now and doing a little bit of a thicker, wetter coat on this side. I'm painting a little bit later than I would have wanted to, but since I had to run into that little bit of an issue of having to do some last minute sanding, I kind of put me back about an hour and a half around there. But it's not that big of a deal. The truck already has 3 coats on the main body. The bed, I know some people are going to be wondering why there isn't really that much paint, and you can see. And the reason for that is because, as most of you guys know, I made a custom wide body for this truck, and you put that over, so you should literally see none of this besides maybe an inch all around. So I did that, one, because I wanted to have the wide body effect, and 2, this bed got sideswiped, so all of this right here is all crushed and mangled, and I didn't really feel like swapping a new bed and then cutting that bed since I'm running really wide wheels. So that's why I opted to just kind of call it a day and just put it on top. So that's why that's like that. But the whole entire truck, I guess the cab and front end portion, is ready to go, and it has 3 coats on there. Right here I have the front cowl, and I have my 2 side skirts that I made custom. As for the bed sides, I'm going to be painting those a different day since I'm still working on a bit of body work, but I could probably knock those out during the week and get those painted since it's just 2 bed sides rather than having to mask off and do this whole thing for the truck. So that's why that's like that. Now my only thing is, if I wait, then I won't be able to do all this until, let's say, next week, when next week is going to rain. So I think I'm going to go and do 4 coats. That way I'll have some to kind of sand and buff, because I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm using single stage paint, and if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much paint with the clear coat mixed in the paint, so it doesn't last as long, and it's a fair bit cheaper than the conventional 2-stage or clear coat base coat paint, but it also doesn't look as shiny because you get a lot of orange peel. I'm gonna have to do some gnarly wet sanding and buffing on this paint. So I'm thinking if I do three coats, it'll probably be good as is, but it'll have the orange peel effect. But if I do 4 coats, then I'll probably be able to knock a whole entire coat off and have it a little bit of a smoother finish. So, alright, so now that we got the truck all done, now we're gonna be painting the 2 bed sides. So I'm mixing up a little bit more paint, and this time instead of painting it in the tarp, we're gonna be painting it in the van. So time to mix up some more paint. Here is one of the bed sides. This is about 4 coats of paint. You guys have seen us paint in this van again. It's just an old van, but it works as a little mini paint booth, and the finish will come out better than painting it outside over here, getting a bunch of dust and stuff. So, 1 down, 1 more to go. Alright, now the first one is out. Now just put it out here for it to dry. Today, it's been raining all day, so the sun decided to join us once again. So, we decided that it'd be best to put it out here and let it dry. It'll probably dry a lot quicker if we leave it in the sun. And not only that, but we don't have a lot of space. So while this dries, we'll be able to throw the other one in and have that one painted as well. I'm gonna leave them in here since it's pretty cold out. It doesn't look cold, looks like any normal day, but it's about, I want to say maybe 65 degrees, which isn't cold, but it's not hot enough for this to dry. So I have them in here with this old school light that produces a lot of heat, and I have them trapped in here. So hopefully they dry a little faster. The whole thing is finally all painted up. Got the bed sides all painted up. So got the little cowl piece painted, got the side skirts painted, got some little trim painted. Everything is now painted, and now all I need to do is just pretty much assemble the truck. I'm gonna give you guys a little tease. So this is what the paint looks like straight out of the gun. Nothing done to it. You can see it looks like orange peel. And this is what I got it to look like. So if you guys want to see how to make your orange peel cheap paint job look semi-decent like this, I'll have a video up probably in about a week of the whole truck ready to go looking like this, and I'll show you guys how I did it and all that. The paint job is not perfect by any means, but I think for my first time and my dad's first time, it was a pretty good learning experience, and I definitely understand what it's like painting a car a lot more now. So if I have any professional painters watching this video, or anyone that is looking to get into it or knows more than me, I should say, I would definitely appreciate getting some feedback on how I could have made it better, or what tools I could have used that would have made the outcome look better. How I could have kept dust off the product, any of that. I would definitely appreciate if you guys left that down in the comments, not only for me, but for everyone else watching that wants to do a budget paint job like this, but also wants semi-decent results. Well, with all that being said, that's going to complete this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it useful, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram, or leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Peace out, guys.